25th August 2021, siku nyingine ambayo tumeweza kukutana msikilizaji. Justin Bakora YouTube channel ambayo inakuwa kwa kasi jamani. Nakumbuka nikiwaomba 300 subscribers jamani, tumepita hiyo mark. Sasa hivi tushatamba, tuko ndani ya 304 subscribers. Kwa hiyo maanisha channel inazidi kugrow inavyostahili. Leo ningependa tuangalie my YouTube Inspirations episode 5, ambapo leo nitakuwa namwangazia mchambuzi wa siasa anayefahamika kama Herman Manyora. Herman B Manyora ndiye mtu ambaye tutakuwa tunazungumzia leo. Herman Manyora ni profesa ambaye amekuwa kwenye game kwa muda mrefu sana. Tutakuwa tunajifunza mengi kumhusu. Na ningependa kama kawaida mazungumzo haya ni yagawe mara tatu: background yake, YouTube analytics zake, for the sake of young YouTubers and the upcoming YouTubers. Hiki kitengo maalum na kwa wale ambao unapata wanapenda hawa YouTubers wenye numbers. So I'm gonna look at also his YouTube analytics, then the number 3 or the third part of this conversation. Takuwa naangalia 5 reasons why I believe Manyora has stayed relevant for a very long time. Kwa hivyo kwa mara ya kwanza kabisa, kama ilivyo ada, basi tunaanza na background ya Herman Manyora. Herman Manyora ni profesa ambaye sasa hivi anafanya PhD katika University of Nairobi. Na ni msomi sana huyu Manyora. Si kijana mdogo ni mtu mzima huyu Herman Manyora, na anapendwa sana kuweza kuitwa kwa maruninga pale NTV, Citizen, KTN, pamoja haswa tumpata TV47 akiwa na Abubakar Abdullahi wakichambua mambo ya siasa. Herman Manyora vile vile ana YouTube channel yake inayofahamika kama Herman Manyora, ambayo sasa hivi ako na host, ama kuna mwenzake yule mtangazaji anaitwa Jalil Kabero ambaye anamsaidia kuweza kudadavua mambo ya siasa katika taifa la Kenya. Kwenye background basi haijabainika to the public ni lini Herman Manyora aliweza kuzaliwa. Hata hivyo Herman Manyora baadhi ya masuala yake ya masomo yako kwenye mitandao. Kwa hivyo tutakuwa tunaangalia pale. Kwanza kabisa Herman Manyora ni mtu ambaye ana Master of Arts ambazo aliweza kufanya mwaka wa 1990 pale. Yes, Master of Arts from 1990 to 1992. Of course, he also did Bachelor of Education, akispecialize kwa arts 1987 pale hadi mwaka wa 1990, yani 1990. Alikuwa lecturer na bado ni lecturer mazi kutoka mwaka 1996. Miaka miwili kabla ile bomb iliyotokea embassy ya Amerika hapa jijini Nairobi. Yes, specialized so far in linguistics. Nazungumzia mambo ya English and communication. Vile vile amejihusisha sasa hivi kwa PhD, School of Journalism and Communication Studies pale University of Nairobi pale. Herman Manyora anazidi kusoma licha ya umri. Vijana kazi yao ni kuvuta bangi na hawataki masomo. Haya, upande mwingine Herman Manyora ameweza kujihusisha na uandishi wa vitabu. Herman Manyora alitamba na lugha ya Kiswahili mwaka wa 1992, 1992, wakati wa multi-party democracy ikikuwa introduced na kina Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. Kitabu alichoandika wakati huo kinajulikana kama Nitamtoa Uume. Herman Manyora, Nitamtoa Uume. Hadithi hiyo ni hadithi aliandika katika kitabu ambacho kilikuwa kinafahamika kama Pendo la Heba na hadithi nyingine. Kwa hivyo aliweza kuandika hadithi moja pale ambayo inafahamika kama Nitamtoa Uume. Baadaye akaandika hadithi nyingine inayofahamika kama Tumzike Mbunge katika kitabu kinachofahamika kama Shingo ya Mbunge na hadithi nyingine. Vile vile ameweza kujihusisha na uandishi wa vitabu kama vile Optimal English pale. Kuna Yesterday, Today was Tomorrow. Yani jana leo ilikuwa kesho. Yesterday, today was tomorrow. Herman Manyora nakwambia. Na kuna mengine, kuna vitabu vingine ambavyo vinakuja. They are forthcoming. Nazungumzia college communication skills. Alafu kuna kitabu, actually it's a novel, this one, ambayo inaitwa The 48th County, ambayo vile vile anashughulikia ni kitabu ambacho kiko jikoni kina come through very soon. Alafu kuna Why Things Won't Work in Kenya. Actually this is just a collection of reflection essays ambazo Prof.Herman Manyora anashughulikia. Kwa hivyo just a little bit of background concerning Herman Manyora, msomi huyu, profesa, chambuzi wa siasa ambaye unamtazama kwa maruninga kila uchao akichambua mambo ya siasa na hata uchumi wa Kenya na hata sekta haswa ya masomo. Vile vile yuko na YouTube channel yake ambayo sasa hivi inazidi kuokota subscribers kweli kweli. Alikuwa anasherehekea 50,000 subscribers. So when I say Herman Manyora at 50, I don't mean the age of Herman Manyora. I'm assuming he's older than that. So I'm talking about the 50,000 subscribers he's celebrating. Ambao amefika juzi hivi 50,000 subscribers kwenye YouTube, Herman Manyora. Vile vile wakati wa Oktoba tarehe 5 mwaka 2020, Herman Manyora aliweza kuandika tweet kuweza kuwakashifu wale wakurugenzi wa elimu humu nchini wakiongozwa na waziri wa elimu Mheshimiwa Magoha pale. Sasa alikuwa na wakashifu akisema kwamba binti wake hajaweza kuajiriwa tangu mwaka wa 2010 wakati aliweza kugraduate. Kwa hivyo sasa hivi alikuwa na wakashifu kwamba wanarudisha they are reopening institutions lakini hawataki kuajiri. Kwa hivyo yani ile unemployment ambayo kila mmoja analilia, basi mpaka profesa wetu hapa Herman Manyora alikuwa anaizungumzia wakati huo, na ni tweet ambayo iliweza kuleta mchemko kwelikweli kwenye mitandao pale, manake watu walikuwa wanashangaa, jamani, Herman Manyora amekuwa profesa kwa muda mrefu pale tangu miaka ya 80 pale, itakuwaje mtoto wake binti hajaweza kuajiriwa tangu mwaka wa 2010 wakati aliweza kuhitimu. Kwa hivyo ni jambo ambalo lilikuwa linazungumziwa sana kwa sana. At least we know Herman Manyora now. We've got a little bit of his background and we at least understand the kind of a person he is. He is a professor. He's learned, and that's why he can see things in perspective. That's why he can predict the future of Kenyan politics. That's why he can analyze the BBI very well. He can analyze the aftermath of the judgment of the BBI yenye imefanyika juzi. Herman Manyora ndiye tunayemzungumzia, na tumetoka sehemu ya kwanza ya background, tunaingia sehemu ya pili ambayo inajulikana kama the YouTube Analytics, sehemu ambayo imefanya tuje hapa siku ya leo. YouTube inanifahamisha kwamba Herman B. Manyora aliweza kujiunga nayo Oktoba tarehe 23 mwaka wa 2017, na inakaa huu mwezi wa Oktoba Herman anaupenda sana huu mwezi, maana profesa, huu mwezi wa Oktoba tukikutana utakuwa unanieleza mbona unapenda sana, maana hata matweet zile ambazo zina go viral ni mwezi wa Oktoba. Sasa Oktoba alijiunga na YouTube tarehe 23 Oktoba pale. Miaka 4 baadaye anajivunia 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 plus, kwa sababu na ujue kwamba hili ni jambo la kutia motisha kwa vijana. Ni kwamba Herman Manyora si kijana mdogo kama nilivyotaja hapo awali. Huyu ni mtu mzima. Huyu ni mzee, mtu wangu, lakini ameweza kukusanya 50,000 subscribers. And remember the area of interest kwake It's just politics. It's only politics. That's why I want you to be very careful, because I'm going to go through his analytics for one more moment. Uh, 25th of August 2021 up to 25th of August, that is today, he has gathered 7,292,390 views on his YouTube platform. And when you look at the description area, kama kawaida tunaruka pale kwa YouTube ndani, sehemu fulani inaitwa about, where he introduces himself and the kind of content he does. He's talking about, listen in, a matter of time analysis is a video platform that I want to use to engage with Kenyans, both within and the diaspora, on matters that affect this country. Although majorly political, other socio-economic issues will be analyzed, all in the interest of ensuring a good future for our children. Yani, kuna hii analysis ambayo anapenda kuiita a matter of time. Yani ni kitu ambacho kipea muda kitafanyika. Kipea muda. This is a prediction he normally gives in his video platform. He's talking about that his interest actually is not to even make money out of it. It is to actually create a future for our children and of course the future generations. Now I want us to move to the playlist of Herman Manyora pale kwa YouTube, where he has two playlists. And the first playlist nazungumzia the same thing he talked about at the description area. He's talking about a matter of time analysis, and like of course I've said, is that this is a type of analysis that takes about 14 to 18 minutes. It's just a piece to camera kind of a thing, but he's just talking about something current or something that he's he's setting his eyes in the future. He's talking about politics in this country, but at the same time trying to look ahead at what might happen should whatever he's warning about is not taken into account. So that is exactly what he means by a matter of time analysis. It's just a matter of time. Maybe when he's talking about 2022. Now, for example, for the matter of time analysis, I want to give you an example of the videos he has done. He has done like Ruto's big day just the other day. And his latest video is talking about why Uhuru should move to the Supreme Court. Now, taking exactly that video as an example, because this is the latest video, at least up to the time I'm doing this of mine, is that he's talking to President Uhuru Kenyatta to try and just make a quick move to Supreme Court, because according to Manyora, he feels like the BBI judgment didn't favor Uhuru. Of course, it's obvious it didn't favor him because the BBI was brought into question. They were talking about it being unconstitutional and many other issues. So he's advising the president to move to Supreme Court with highly qualified lawyers, with people who can actually deliver, with the kind of lawyers whom he had during his ICC cases, people who are very people who can compete, people who can bring out the case into his favor, so that he can bring back the BBI dream. Now, according to Manyora, he's believing that the judgment by the appeal court was rather based on they were kind of emotional when they were doing their thing, and they did not consider the factors, core factors that affect Kenyans. That is just an example of a matter of time analysis. in the playlist of Professor Herman Manyora. And of course, at the matter of time analysis, we have Why Uhuru is Silent, we have Ruto's Rising Star, and Lessons from Moi. This is where Professor Herman Manyora was getting historical, trying to bring out how Moi used to behave during his reign, and how Dr. William Ruto has learned from him. But there were some things Herman was trying to tell us, that in as much as DP William Ruto has learned a lot from Moi, there are some things he hasn't learned. So just a matter of time analysis. Now the second playlist, playlist for Herman Manyora Professor, he's talking about understanding politics, getting to understand politics from all perspectives, getting to understand politics from the historical point of view, from the current events, current state of politics, especially in Kenya, and many other ways. Now, of course, in this segment, this is where he has a presenter, a host who asks him questions. And normally the host is known as Jadel Kabiro, a very young man who is trying to up his game in terms of politics, in terms of getting to understand the current affairs of this country, getting to understand more about Kenyan politics, and much more. And yes, the boy seems learned. I call him a young boy because he's seemingly very young, and but he's learned. He just very good at asking questions, very articulative, and very straight to the point, asking Professor. And I like it when Jadil calls Professor in a short form. He just calls him Fessa. What do you think about this, Fessa? Elaborate this. And of course, my favorite segment in that understanding politics playlist is called I have two favorite segments. The first favorite segment for me is the USA part. USA, that's where commentators get to be heard. From the previous videos, when somebody has commented, for example, on this video, why Uhuru is silent, somebody commented last week, and they are now maybe analyzing today, and that's where Jadil Kabiro reads the comments, and Professor Herman Manyora tries to break it down what the commentator might have meant, and his stand concerning the matter on hand. So I think that's a very good part. And the second favorite part for me is where it's called Would You Rather. Would You Rather? It's where they compare dogs and cats. They mix them with elephants. This is where they bring two personalities of different caliber together. They can bring Aisha Juma and Anne Waiguru together and take them to a party. Then they ask Professor Herman Manyora, pick one of these two ladies to be the chief of this party. I'm assuming Manyora maybe goes for Waiguru because she's beautiful. I'm kidding. Now, so this is where they just bring two personalities and try to imagine a situation, and Professor tries to articulate out of the two which one he could choose according to that particular situation. Maybe if it's Babu against maybe Jaguar, Professor may say Babu is erratic and stuff like that. So he might not be considered to be a best man for his son's wedding or something like that. So would you rather? It's also a very imaginative segment. I love very much. Now, when we go to further, when we are looking at the most popular videos, Raila can seize state power after swearing. Now, this is a video that has gathered 160,000 views, and it was done 3 years ago. And you remember the 2017 elections, and ile mambo ya kujiapisha na mambo kama yale, the likes of Miguna were on the limelight those days. Now, this is the time that Herman Manyora did this video, and it has got so many views because he was giving his perspective on what might happen if Raila actually swears himself in. Of course, he did, but he wasn't able to seize state power. Although, according to Manyora, he was capable of doing that at that time. Now, where are Ruto's hidden billions? Herman Manyora 2 years ago. Now that's a video that has been able to gather 134,000 views. This is where Herman Manyora was questioning viewers and trying to put them in an awkward place where they should answer swali la balagha lile. Yeah, I do remember. Zilikuwa zinaitwa rhetorical question. So Manyora is asking a rhetorical question here. He's talking about where are Ruto's hidden billions. Now, Ruto bad from State House. Semicolon Murathe. Wow. This is a video that there is a continuation here. He's saying Murathe messes DP's eczema's. This was done about 2 years ago. That was 2020. And this Murathe DP feud has been there for a very long time. So maybe he was just trying to break it down. How and why Ruto was bad from status at that particular time. And of course, this is the third video most popular on the platform of Herman Manyora. He's been able to gather lots, in fact, 100,000+ views on that particular video. So if you have time to look at the analytics of Professor Herman Manyora's YouTube channel, you get to learn a lot of things about FESA being able to garner lots of views, being able to engage quite a good audience, very huge audience, and the speed at which his channel is growing is very, very encouraging. Now I want us to move to very fast to the third part of Herman Manyora discussion today, where I'm talking about five reasons why Herman Manyora has stayed relevant for long. Now, this Herman Manyora of a professor, this failure, is somebody who is sought after. This is somebody who is a hot cake in terms of analyzing politics, in terms of media houses trying to reach him out, trying to get his opinion over various issues. Now, 5 reasons to believe why the media houses are looking for Manyora every other day. 5 reasons to believe why Manyora has been able to stay relevant for a very, very long time now. This guy was doing his BA back in the days, he's written books, but since the times of 2005, he's been on the media, in and out, trying to analyze politics and other issues of this amazing country. And I can say that he loves our country, because when you see somebody go to YouTube at his age, trust me, it's not about money. And even Jadil Kabiro, his host at Herman Manyora Understanding Politics, has always asked him why he still does analyzing when most of his age mates are actually not so serious in terms of analyzing things or things to do with politics on TV, and they have not even considered opening their own YouTube channels. Herman Manyora says it's all about passion, it's all about loving the country, and it's all about trying to make a better future for our children. Now, very fast, number 1. The first reason why Manyora has stayed relevant for that long is because he's a learned fellow, and therefore it's so easy for him to understand issues. Remember also, Manyora specialized in things to do with English and literature, and that's why it's so easy for him to elaborate himself, it's so easy to articulate over issues. So I believe he has stayed relevant for so long because he's learned, and it's particularly more so because he can easily express himself in English now that he specialized so much matters to do with the English, and therefore after learning so much, has so much experience in this politics, and therefore because he's learned, can be able to understand issues and articulate with a lot of ease. Now, the second reason why I believe Manyora has stayed relevant is that he is open to criticism. Manyora is ever open to criticism, because on his channel, not all people agree with his statements, sometimes with his opinions, when he's opining issues there, uh, trying to express himself there, trying to bring out solutions for troubles of this country. Like when he talks about corruption and poverty, he says that if he became president, my friend, I wish Manyora could be president for 24 hours, because at least Kawangware will not exist and Kibera will not exist if I were to trust what he normally says on his channel. Now, so he's very open to criticism, and he doesn't mind people trying to abuse him on the comment section, although he focuses on positive criticism. You know, he's just trying to focus on the constructive criticism, where people just can criticize without, without matusi na mambo kama yale, but he doesn't mind that. He's very open, that's why he's ready to learn and therefore staying relevant. Kuna wale ambao wakikritisiziwa mara moja mbili basi wanaacha. Not Manyora. Manyora is here to stay. Number 3, Manyora ni mzee kijana. Manyora ni mzee kijana because if he has been able to keep up with technology day in day out, vijana waking'ang'ana hapa na YouTube, Manyora is here. He has already tried and opened. The other day he was saying that yeye ni mzee kijana, and that's why I'm referring Professor as a mzee kijana, because he's trying to up his game each and every day. In terms of YouTube, trying to make the best of content, trying to edit his videos well. So this guy is just upping his game with technology, and that's why he is here to stay. Now, the fourth reason why Manyora has also been able to stay relevant is because he is highly sought after, and therefore it's easy. You know, when you are highly sought after, yeah, you are on demand. Therefore, you need to do more research. You have to do more about your knowledge concerning politics. So, because he's highly sought after, and that's why he reads a lot to expand his perspective. He reads a lot to try and get issues. And also, remember, Manyora was there during the Moi days, and therefore understanding really how these politics have grown over time, you need to also talk about his experience and his age. This guy is wanasemanga akona chumvi mingi, maanake huyu ni mzee ambaye amekuwa kwa muda mrefu. Now, the last reason why I think Manyora stayed relevant is because he's very quick to up his game. You see, other analysts are just depending on TV to do the analysis there. But Manyora started his own YouTube channel. It's rushing. He has already brought a host to help him ask the necessary questions that Kenyans want. Already also he has also added another segment where kuna ile ya sauti ya mtaa, ile kuongea mtaani, kutafuta maoni ya watu. And therefore Manyora is just on track. He just ups his game every other day, trying to put himself at a par where others may not reach. So Herman Manyora, for me, at 50,000 subscribers, Manyora at 50, we celebrate you, sir. You are a legend. Continue analyzing politics. We love you, and we love the way you articulate around issues, especially on understanding politics, and even on the other segment that is known as a matter of analysis. Jamani, and that's why I wanted to look at Manyora today, just to celebrate him as one of his subscribers at 50, and also to ensure that those upcoming YouTubers at least learn one or two from Herman Manyora. My name is Justin Bakora. Till next time, I'll see ya in my next video. Justin Bakora, simba mlanyasi moto kama pasi. Ndani basi ya wasi na wafasi na wasiwasi kama maskaibi kadem nasi Herman B Manyora Professor. I'll see you.